behind this 5,000 metres, about 150 metres after ALMAZ AYANA suddenly hit the front. They went through 3,000 in 8:44, 8:44.45 if you want the change, and suddenly injected some pace. Obiri, though, is sticking very close to her, and she's beginning to stretch them out away now. As you can see, AYANA has injected tempo quite suddenly, and it's really pulled that group apart. The five were looking just a bit too comfortable. Steph Twirl leading that third group. Eilish McColgan at the back of that. As AYANA tries to get the gap and tries to break Obiri early. I suspect wary of the Kenyans' finishing speed. As they come down in front of us now with 4 laps to run. She has the gap. It's 4 or 5 metres. In third place is Teferi. She's isolated, and then running together are Adiro Nida and Nawawuna, the second pacemaker, that pair to the right of picture. But AYANA trying to pour it on here and gradually open up that gap, get herself some safety, a cushion between herself and Obiri. But Obiri is stubbornly staying within range. She's got to be working hard for this. She's got good 1500 speed, remember, Obiri, a bronze medalist from those World Championships in Moscow 3 years back.
Well, Prochenko then at 2:32. This is first attempt. Had one failure at 2:23, one at 2:26. That's indicated by the little crosses. And the green circles, successes for those new to the sport. But 2:32 for Prochenko. European champion silver medalist back in 2014. Fourth in Rio in 2:33. Well, they're all finding this pretty difficult now. Didn't have particularly good Lausanne either, coming in from the other side, as you can see. And 2:29 only in 5th place in Lausanne, so he's attempting to go a little bit better here. So, Thiam then, second attempt, 1:93. Oh, yes. Big roar from the crowd. Really is a positive attacking athlete, isn't she? That's a very, very good attempt at that height, 193. Just a breath of a touch, but nevertheless. There it is, 193. She's in the lead.
Well, she's got the gap. She's created a back gap of about 25, 28 metres now. As ALMAZ AYANA over Obiri, the Olympic silver medalist. She's lapping at 66 seconds per lap, can you believe? That's 13:45 pace at 5,000 metres. I don't think that world record is under threat anymore, but she covered a 1,200 metre segment in 2:12 and has just put in another 66, about a 67-second lap. So she's just covered 1,200 metres in under 3:20 as she heads down the back straight now with just over a lap and a half to run. Oh boy, you're left wondering yet again what might have been as she goes through at 200 metres to run. Obiri looks to be really labouring now. Teferi too. Both of them tried to go with the initial surge from AYANA, but of course if you do that and you're really not up to it, you pay for it for the remaining laps, and they're both looking tired. Robury here has run a far more balanced race, may pick off 1 or 2 names, although the gaps are big now as AYANA comes down the home straight. Those hunched shoulders. Talking to her agent Jos Hermans yesterday, he believes she can still make adjustments to her training to improve things. As she goes through with 1 lap to run, it's going to be mighty quick. Some distance inside 14:20, I think, but the world record surely of Dibaba is safe as AYANA continues top of picture with that lovely galloping gait of hers. The gap is probably 35 metres, maybe 40, back to Helen Obiri, the 26-year-old Kenyan who worked so hard for that silver medal in Rio, behind her compatriot Vivian Cheriot. Remember, 14:26 to 14:29. Cheriot's closing speed was undeniable. But AYANA now enters the final bend. It's been a fabulous effort from her. If only those middle laps had been a little bit quicker. She slowed right down. I counted a couple of 73s. As she comes into the straight now, it's going to be yet again a near miss for ALMAZ AYANA. She did this in Rome. She did it in Rabat. She's doing it again here in Brussels. The crowd rise to their feet down the home straight in the King Baudouin Stadium. Watch the clock. It's massively quick here from ALMAZ AYANA. 14:18.91 with some very, very slow laps dropped in there. If only it had been a more even pace throughout for the Ethiopian. You can imagine what might have been. Obiri in second place, Teferi in third, Deronida in fourth. Shannon Robury sprinting home ahead for fifth place in 14:38, 14:39 approximately. Good running that from Shannon Robury. Indeed, a personal best by around 9.5, 10 seconds for the American. And the rest of the field, well, they're coming down the home straight now as we see these hugs and celebrations from other athletes to Ayana. The Australians, Wellings and Lacaze, who have had a fabulous season. Ailish McColgan, whose season has moved on massively with personal best at several distances. Steph 12 crossing the line now in about 15:15. A tired-looking Steph 12, who too has had